helping us with?
Well, it should help us with our health care.
Okay.
It should help us with the Department of Health Services, because half the revenue that comes from the taxes that are going to be put on marijuana will go to the Department of Health Services.
Okay.
And I had this interesting thing happen, that I was floating down the Salt River, and I came to a sandbar and had a lunch break. And when I looked across from the river, there were 7 deputy sheriff pickup trucks. And each one had 2 guys, and they were all perfectly clean. And of course they were watching the pretty girls floating down the river.
Right.
And then I looked up in the air, and here came a sheriff's helicopter.
Yeah.
And the guy was waving at us, and everything was cool. But then I looked down the river, and here came a swamp boat coming up the river.
Right.
Sheriff Department again, 2 deputies on it. And I got to thinking, I just saw $1 million worth of goods.
Right.
The helicopter, the swamp boat, the 7 brand new pickup trucks.
Where'd that money come from?
Well, that money is part of the county.
Oh.
But if I had cut my foot on the river,
Right.
and I had to go to the county hospital, I could have waited for a long time to get a doctor to see me, because there isn't enough doctors and nurses there.
Would have gotten infected probably.
Oh, it's the priorities. Where is the money going?
Into the car, into their boat and their helicopter?
Yeah, it should be going into our health department.
I agree.
I mean, what's wrong with funding our hospitals as well as we fund our police department? Biggest, if you look at all the mugshots that Sheriff Joe puts out, it's some pathetic looking people that are being busted. But the people that are smoking weed that'll get busted, more often than not, they got a shitty grin on their face.
Yeah.
And they're young. They're all in their 20s.
They're non-violent offenders, man.
Yeah,
You smoke weed, dude.
Yeah.
How violent are you gonna be, man?
The thing about a felony is a serious crime by common law.
Right.
If your kid commits a felony like rape, murder, or burglary, you're going to turn him in, because
Right.
that's a serious crime. It's a crime against the community. Now they say that we have a felony from smoking marijuana, but if you catch your kid smoking pot, you ain't going to be turning them in.
No.
And if you catch them doing heroin, you ain't going to be turning them in. You're going to be seeking out medical help for them. You're not
Right.
going to be turning them into the cops. It's just absurd the way things are.
All this bullshit is over a plant that people are just tuning in to.
It's just a weed.
To life.
Yeah, it's just a weed.
So.
And there seems to be a lot of evidence that it actually cures cancer,
Yeah, I heard this week that you could pour it into your head. You had cancer. Were you telling me that?
No, what I heard that it does is it tells the cancer cells to die.
Yeah.
Right.
It tells them not to grow anymore.
Right.
Okay.
And it's really amazing. I guess that you would think that skin cancer is a prevalent thing here in Arizona.
Right.
Because there's so much sun. And I've heard stories that people just use it topically, the oil, and it removes the cancer. And the cancer dies
Wow.
within 6 weeks of topical application.
Flaking off and dying, huh?
Well, it sounds like that
Somebody
actually
said that too, man. Flake
comes
off.
up.
It's gone.
It just comes off like a scab.
Wow, that's awesome.
It's gone.
All right, so we need to get 260,000 signatures by next July, and I need all my Bud sLaYeR fans and everybody and everywhere that is watching this video. That if you know anybody in Arizona, anywhere, get a hold of me on Facebook at Bud sLaYeR, or on my YouTube here at Bud sLaYeR, of course, or tweet me. Dennis, what else do we got to say about this initiative?
Well, we have a Facebook event or a Facebook group called sLaYeR Arizona, and I recommend you friend that and be a part of sLaYeR Arizona. Or you can friend me on Facebook. My name is Dennis Bohlke, Bohlke, and I'll keep you updated on what's going on. And we're looking to let people know that the initiative is out there. All you have to do is sign it. Every signature is precious.
One signature at a time.
Yes.
You know, help us out too. If you guys know a group of people that can help us sign it or get us signatures, please get a hold of us. Help us out, man. Without your help, without you volunteering like we're volunteering, this won't be possible. So let's make it possible. Let's set an example for the United States, with Arizona being the first one in the union.
Let's see what happens.
Cool.
Do you want it or don't you?
Hey.
You know? Does the citizens of Arizona want it or not? I think we do. I think it'll be a safer Arizona.
I believe too. Thanks, Dennis.
All right. Done.
Yeah, I saw a fucking show on that on YouTube.